Okay, perfect. So we are live. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk FM, Secrets of Success, the USA edition. This is the very first podcast. And my name is Marcin. I'm the host of the podcast. And today we're kicking off with a series with an incredible guest, Wendy Brandt. Hello, Wendy.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready to share.
That's perfect. So thank you very much for joining us. So very well, welcome. Wendy, you've been with FM for not very long time, but you've got 11 years of extensive experience working for network marketing companies. Particularly, you're interested in the beauty and health and wellness sector. And basically, you've made a profound impact on countless lives, including your own family. So to be precise, Wendy joined FM in late March 2024, so not a very long time. But you've achieved a Golden Orchid level in a record-breaking time, which is a fantastic achievement. So, as you said, you've been building a FM business across the USA, Canada, and also globally, so which is quite outstanding. So, Wendy, before we start, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. So my name is Wendy Brandt. I live here in the United States in Ohio. I was born and raised here in Ohio. I'm married, been married for 30 years. I have 2 grown children and a grandson. And as far as career goes, I kind of fell into network marketing 11 years ago on 4th of July. It was 11 years. So I've been doing this for all that time. And I started off in the beauty side of the industry. And then I kind of branched in after a few years into health and wellness, kind of bounced back into a little bit of beauty. And here I am. Here I am now. I'm super excited because we do both here and I have experience in both of those. So this is a perfect fit for us here, definitely.
Amazing. Wendy, obviously, we've got fantastic products in FM. So we've got fragrances. We've just launched in the USA a few supplements, Inner Balance, Slim Body System, Ideal Shape, and Beauty Detox. All the supplements are fantastic. They help to keep fit, they help to detoxify the body, and more. We also have fragrances. So this is the product side. But network marketing, it's not only about selling the products, but it's also about building a team. And you are doing that. So what is your approach to team building? How do you build a team? How do you find new team members in the USA and other countries?
Okay, so team building, there's a lot to it, right? But it starts with relationships, building relationships. I have been doing just that for all of these years, helping people, getting to know people, meeting them where they're at, no matter where they're at in a business, whether some people don't want to build a team, but those people are still team members, which leads to a bigger team, right? But I think that honestly, I've been asked this question before, like, how do you do it? And it does come down to talking to a lot of people. So who do you know? Who have you worked with in the past? Who in your neighborhood could benefit from this kind of business? Like, everybody needs extra money now, right? And just talking about it, you can talk about your business, any business you could talk about in your daily life, like when you're at a baseball game or something like that with your kids and you're talking to the mom next to you, she's going to ask you, how are you doing? What's new? And you're going to ask her, how are you doing? What's new? And obviously work comes up. So why not bring it up, right? It doesn't have to be overthought. It's just about having conversations and truly kind of putting yourself out there as somebody that people would want to work with, somebody that people like, know, trust, somebody that would want to do business with you because they know that you've had success. So putting your success out there and teaching your team how to do the same thing. So duplication is huge, but you have to teach people how to do the duplication. You have to be able to train them and plug in with them every single day. And that's how teams start to grow. It's a relationship thing. It truly is, and helping each other.
Yes. So I'm sure that you need to try to find some kind of common ground, maybe similar interests, or maybe the products that you like both, just to start the conversation. But for example, if someone gets interested in the product or the business and you sign them up, you introduce them obviously briefly to the product and the business, they will have to try some of the products as well to basically be convinced about the quality of the products. But you mentioned that you need to duplicate. You need to have some kind of duplication, a system, maybe some kind of guidance. Have you got anything like that? And if so, what does it comprise? What does it contain? What kind of steps do you go through your new team members?
Okay, so our team has a lot in place to help with duplication, because you can talk to people and tell them what to do, but you have to be able to show them, and that requires visuals, graphics, information, where to point them in the direction to get that information, spending time talking with them, finding out what they need and how they need it, and what the best resource is for them, whether it's text messages or social media messages, or they want to get on the phone, Zooms, team Zooms, to go over things and what to do first. What do you do first? So we have flip books. We call them flip books, or they're in our boards. We use social media. So boards are super important because we have everything listed out on what you need to do first. This is what you do first. This is what you do second. This is what you do third. This is where you need to plug into. Get them in team chats that we have a lot of chats that are basically like virtual classrooms, meeting rooms, and we meet there every day, and we help them, and we give them examples and what to put on social media, what to say in a conversation, all those things. We have everything kind of at our fingertips. We have great uplines in the United Kingdom that have put a lot of those things in place for us, and change them as we need them, because we are growing here in the United States, and we're bringing new products in. So it's an ongoing thing, but we have everything that we need to onboard people, including that one-on-one type of training with people.
Yeah, you mentioned social media. That's a big part, because you've told me that mostly you've built your business online. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, I think that's the way to do network marketing nowadays. It gives you such a huge opportunity to reach people from many different countries. So actually, internet helps you to build your business in Canada. You don't have to be there in Australia or in the United Kingdom. So which platforms work for you best?
Okay, for me personally, Facebook, it has been where I have built all of my businesses at, almost exclusively. For the most part, Instagram, not so much. TikTok, whole different animal. But Facebook for me is where it's at. And this is the thing. It's when you're building a business and you're thinking about using social media for your business, you need to think about where's your audience at? Where's your target audience at? Where are you going to be able to go where you're going to reach the most people? For me, it's Facebook. And I would say that's probably the answer for most people, unless you're real, savvy and Instagram and things like that. Me, no, Facebook is definitely where it's at, because there's just so many options with Facebook that you can use in building a business, just putting yourself out there, but then being able to put together different aspects of your business through the options that you have with Facebook.
So what do you use? Do you use your personal profile? Do you use a page? Did you set up a page, or do you use a group? Because there are 3 different tools that you can utilize in order to use Facebook, or, Facebook in this case, in order to grow your business.
Okay, so I do use my personal Facebook wall, but I do also have some groups. I have some that I had in previous companies that I've kind of like recycled a bit. And then I have one that I use more just for FM. Right now I'm thinking that I'm going to maybe make something totally new and just instead of using old things and recycling, maybe make something new. But starting a Facebook group for your business is essential. Like you can get a lot of sales through that, and sales lead to recruiting because people love the products, and it's a no-brainer a lot of times when it's a free opportunity to just recruit them instead of just selling to them. So yes, Facebook groups. I don't have a page, like a business page, but Facebook groups are essential. And even just starting when you're first coming in, using Facebook to have like a business launch party, something like that. You can get started like that and then build from there.
So now let's talk a little bit about the content, because it is quite important, I think, to diversify the posts that you are putting on Facebook. So how do you do that? Do you post something about yourself, about your day, or do you post something about the business or the products? How do you diversify the content? Is it 60-40 rule or something else?
So a lot of people will tell you in the industry to use an 80-20 rule. I think that just depends. You definitely don't want to have your whole Facebook filled with advertisement for FM World or for any products. And like, you don't want that. Nobody's going to follow you if all you're doing is trying to sell them things. So when it comes to Facebook, I try to follow like a 70, I don't know, a 70-30 rule kind of. It just depends. If we're launching a product, then you might be posting a little bit more because you're excited, right, about that product. But it's so important because people will join people that they like, know, and trust. And how do people like, know, and trust you when you're working with social media is by what you're posting. So for me, I share a lot on social media. I don't post all day long. I'm very selective about what I post. I keep it very positive, stay away from politics in general if I can. I stay away from anything that drama or negative. Like, you want to put something out there. Like, I always tell my team that when you're posting something, think about this. Are you inspiring somebody by this post? Are you entertaining them by this post? Are you educating them by this post? Are you making them feel good? Like, are they gonna want to come back to your Facebook page to see what you're up to? And you just got to be yourself. You got to be genuine too. And sometimes that might be sharing something that's not, real positive. Maybe you had something happen in your family that people can relate to and help you. You want to be a friend. You want to be a friend. And so putting your best, foot forward on social media is important, keeping it positive.
Yes, that is really important, because if you flood your Facebook with a particular content, which is, let's say, only product related, quite a lot of people may not be willing to follow the page. So it's very important to show your private life, your hobbies, and your genuine person, basically. But Wendy, do you post only photos, or do you?
And it can be anything. It could be what you're cooking for dinner. It could be what you're cooking for dinner. It could be where you're vacationing at. It could be
anything.
Victories for your kids, your family, anything, all of it.
Yeah. So Wendy, we just started talking about the more personal life that you perhaps post to Facebook. So outside of FM, what are your hobbies? What are you interested in?
So I love, more than anything, and when we talk about hobbies, people ask about hobbies a lot. And for me, my biggest joy in life is my family. Like, I love spending time with my family, with my grown children, with my grandson, with my extended family. I love to travel, and I love to bring my family along with traveling. So traveling is definitely a hobby for me, I would say. And I like to be out in nature. I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I'm kind of on the woo-woo side. I believe in, spirituality and practicing that kind of thing. And some might consider that a hobby, but for me, that's part of my lifestyle. So, I'm very family focused, and that's a big thing for me, the biggest thing.
Being family focused and working for a network marketing company when you are your own boss, sometimes I think can be tricky, especially that someone is really passionate about the business, and you seem to be really passionate about what you do. So how do you balance your personal life and the demands of family and spending time with your family, etc.? So your personal life, spending time with your family, and also running the business.
So as far as managing time, I know a lot of people struggle with that. So it depends on what your life is like. If you're in the throes of family life and you've got 3 kids and they're all doing sports and they're going to school and you're running them all over the place, it can be really hectic, right? If you have a full-time job still, and this isn't, you know what I mean? Some people aren't doing this full-time. It's just a side thing for them, but they want to make something of it. Like, it really comes down to being able, because you do have time freedom with this, but you have to be disciplined too. If you want to make something out of this, it's time freedom. You make your own schedule, but if you know that you are going to be very busy over the next month because of A, B, and C going on, then you can think ahead and kind of make a schedule and kind of like rearrange like a daily method of operations, so to say. Like, you have a list of things that you do each day. You know that you need to rearrange that for a month that is going to be crazy busy, then you need to sit down and you need to rearrange it. Maybe you need to get up an extra hour early in the day to get some things done, whether it's your Facebook posting or touching base with teammates or following up with potentials to bring into the company. It's really just a matter of scheduling things out so that you've got to treat it like a job. If you don't show up, nothing's going to happen. If you don't show up for work, you don't get paid, right? It's just the same thing with this. If you don't show up for your business, you're not going to really have much success, right? So it's just a matter of what's going on in your personal life at that time and scheduling it. For me, I make it work. I work on the fly. I am on autopilot. After 11 years doing this, I am literally on autopilot on things I do. As far as a daily method of operations, it's all like up here. But once you start getting into the groove of those kind of things, that it will become that way for anyone, really.
So, Wendy, before you started dealing with network marketing, did you work full-time for a company, or you've always been self-employed?
So I've done a lot of things. I did international adoptions for 7 years.
Okay.
So I helped facilitate adoptions. That was a full-time job. And I did that right before I started getting into network marketing. Prior to that, I was, a busy mom, married, waitress, bartending, things like that. But as far as career, I did do international adoptions for quite a few years, and a lot of traveling with that and doing seminars and things like that. That was very rewarding, but this is a lot different because it's work from home kind of stuff. And so it doesn't take you away from your family. But yeah, I have experience with kind of getting myself out there and talking to people a lot.
Yeah, because, my next question is, I just want to compare your life before you started doing network marketing and when you do network marketing right now. So what sort of advantages would you highlight by doing network marketing right now compared to having a full-time job in the past?
Right, so time freedom. So when you have a full-time job, you're working for somebody else completely. You're locking in somewhere, you're doing everything they tell you to do.
I think, hello. I think we had a problem. Yeah, I think we had a problem, and somehow the application closed down. We are back now.
So let's see, where was I? I was saying about how it's changed. I think, okay, so with network marketing, the great thing about it is that you aren't working for somebody else. You are working for yourself. Okay. And the sky is the limit on what you can do with it. As far as financially, I mean, if you want to make something out of network marketing and you want to make it a career, you can absolutely do that. But you have to put the time in for it. I have put the time in for it. Trust me when I tell you, I have financially, network marketing has changed my life, changed my life. I was a single young, I had my first child when I was a teenager. I was working when I was 16 years old and working. And, you know, it was hard making ends meet, you know what I mean? While raising a child and all these things, it was craziness. I was kind of like, had some roadblocks that hit me right out of the gate. Right. But with network marketing, you are able to, there's so much you can do. Like, I mean, there's all these things, all the trips and the bonuses and the flexibility. And I mean, money isn't everything, but it surely does make life more comfortable when you can make it, and you can make as much as you want. You know what I mean? Like, you really can. You want to make a little bit, make a little bit. You want to make a lot, you can make a lot. Absolutely. And I didn't go to college. I don't have any kind of fancy degrees or anything like that. I am a very ordinary person that was blessed enough to be able to have an opportunity to do extraordinary things, but anybody can do it.
Yeah. So that's amazing. And that's basically the beauty of network marketing, right? That you can achieve a lot when you are dedicated and also when you have a plan. And when you are well organized as well, because doing network marketing, it doesn't mean that you have to just sit down there and then, you know, sign up people and wait for them to sell or to build a team. So you need to be proactive and you need to have a plan in place. Talking about the plan, in FM, we've got a really good compensation plan. You don't need to know the plan in order to get advantage of it. So what do you think about FM's compensation plan?
Right. I'm going to start by saying, like, the biggest thing about, like, yes, there's all kinds of bonuses that you can get during Fast Start, right? And what do you do to get those? You jump in there and you start running, you start selling, you start bringing people into the business, and it just starts to flow. If you're doing all the things, those bonuses are going to come, right? They make them very achievable. But a really huge thing about FM is that as far as the compensation plan goes, they make it an even playing field for everyone with sales. It's not, you have to sell, you know, $500 to make this much in commissions. You have to sell 1,000 to make this much more. You need to sell 5,000 to make this percentage. We all get the same discount. We all have the same benefits, no matter whether you're on day one or you've been here for months or years or whatever it is. That's very appealing. Because it's only fair, I think, that everybody should be paid the same and their efforts as far as sales goes. And FM does that and then some, because we have so many, you know, daily deals and things like that we can wrap into our success and our finances and what we can make. So that's a big deal. It's a big deal that how we get paid as far as our sales go, the Fast Start bonuses, the bonuses that you can get when you hit each rank, the lifestyle bonuses, there's so much. And then the global shares and things like that as you go up the ladder. Like, I've been able to experience that in a very short period of time here, and it is amazing. It's amazing. I've been in other companies, lots of them have good compensation plans, but I think it's important that you pay attention to everyone when it comes to sales, and FM does that. Everybody makes the same opportunity for everyone.
Amazing. And I remember that the other day we were discussing the incentive trips, right? Because in FM, you can go to different parts of the world as a part of our incentive program. So it's Turkey, it's Singapore. So do you count those trips as well as a part of your approach?
Right. So it's super exciting because Americans, I've been on lots of incentive trips, and I was invited to go to Turkey. Me and another girl on my team that also hit gold. We both hit that in a record-breaking amount of time. Super exciting, right? And so we were invited to go because we have massive success in a very short period of time. And I was Americans don't typically vacation in places like that. You know, Singapore, I didn't know, Seychelles, and I think you guys might go to Portugal and Spain and things like that,
Yes.
where Americans are used to, we're used to going to like Mexico and Las Vegas and I don't know, the Bahamas and cruises, things like that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's fun. But like, how many times are you going to go to those places? So when this comes up with FM, that I can go to all these exotic places they are to us, like they're places that I wouldn't ever really dream of going to, or maybe not be able to afford to go to those kind of places. And FM, it puts this out there that we can go all of these exciting places. Like no other company is doing that. None. I have friends and companies all over the industry, and the tippy top of the company get to go to places like that. And I'm talking like the 1%, but
Yeah.
you guys make this available for all of us here in America to be able to take these lavish trips to places that are really bucket list type places for us. And so that's very appealing and super exciting. Like, I hope I get to go to Singapore.
Yeah, I think
I would have
it's,
never thought of going there.
I think that's exciting for everyone. And actually, last year, we went to Las Vegas as well. And that was a really big deal for the FM World UK. Because, yeah, we've been going to Turkey, to Italy, to Portugal, and to Spain. But last year we went to Las Vegas, and that was really exciting for the UK's members. So
yeah, it's really interesting, like the different mindset on where a good fun place would be to go. Like with Las Vegas, I was like, oh yeah, like Las Vegas, that's fun, right? And you guys are like, whoa, it's like gigantic, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, as you mentioned, this year we went to Turkey, and in October, there's Singapore for the VIPs. So for people who achieve the highest levels of effectiveness within FM World. Wendy, let's focus on the product aspect, because yes, we started from team building, but obviously the product is the key character in FM, in our network marketing business. So what are some of your favorite products and why?
Oh,
I'm sure you've got some.
Okay, yes, definitely. So obviously in America, we started with perfume because that's what we had in the warehouse. So we're like, okay, so we'll sell perfume. Had no clue that it was going to be such a viral, crazy thing. I didn't even see it coming, but I was ready. I jumped on. And so as far as the perfumes, there's so many that are so good, and they really do smell very much like, you know, our designer inspired brands that we're used to spending all this money on, right? I have a few that I love. Like, I mean, you know, some of our favorites would be like 900 and 910, you know, the Baccarat, the, you know, Lost Cherry scents, and but there's so many more. I mean, there's just you know, Good Girl and Decadence, and I mean, we have so many to choose from, and I've tried so many now that it'd be hard for me to say which one I love the best. I've smelled things that I've never even considered wearing before, or even smelled before since I've come here. I'm like, wow, I didn't know all these scents even existed. But so those, as far as the perfume, I would say, you know, 900, number 910, number 710 is really good too. Like there's all these different ones that are popping up. Some are better for different seasons. And it's interesting to see how many people like different, you know, different things. Not everybody's the same. So I love a lot of the perfumes, obviously. Supplements are new to us. So I come from a background in supplements. So, you know, I'm, you know, tried a lot of things, and I've used and sold a lot of different things. And so I was lucky enough to be able to get my hands on Slim Body early on. So it does exactly what it says. And I love that because it's simple. And when they say that you're going to drink this and you're going to be full, you're not going to want to eat as much. That's exactly what it does. It's not, it's not all kinds of complicated ways to explain it. When people say, does it work? I'm like, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. That's what it does. Right. So I love that because it's different and nobody else has that. And so that's something that we need to be talking about a lot. The product works. And And then, so we have these other, you know, ideal shape. Mine, I don't have it yet. Like, it's so brand new that I don't have it yet. So it's coming, but I'm very excited because I like what the ingredients are. They look like it's going to be something that everybody's going to be able to take, and that it's going to be safe without a whole lot of caffeine and or even natural stimulants that make people feel a little, people don't always want that feeling. And so I like that there's not a whole lot of stuff added to it that's going to make you feel weird.
So I'm sure that you will be really happy having, you know, the interest in wellness and beauty, and health. I'm sure that you'll be really happy when finally you will receive the beauty detox.
The beauty detox. I'm into beauty stuff, so I can't wait to get it.
These supplements are skyrocketing in sales in the UK and in other countries in Europe. So I'm sure a similar thing is going to happen in the USA because they are natural. They've got really good formulas, and basically they do work.
Right. I like that everything is European Union standard too, because you know that you're not going to get no garbage. None of that's going to happen. Nothing's going to hurt you. It's all safe. So that matters. That matters a lot when you have EU standards with products.
Yeah. Wendy, so thank you so much for joining me today. It was really nice to talk to you. You shared really interesting insights about how you grew your business, about your background, about how you utilize social media in order to grow the business as well. And thank you for sharing some of your personal things as well with us, because I think that's quite important. So can you tell our viewers how somebody may get in touch with you if they would like to get some more information about the business or about the products? They are not part of your team yet, but they would like to be. So how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way to get in touch with me, because I'm all about Facebook, is through Facebook Messenger. Message me, Wendy Brandt. You can just click my name, send me a quick message, and I'll tell you all the things and help you get started.
Perfect. So Wendy, one more time, thank you so much. And thank you everyone who joined us. Sorry for this little glitch. It happens when we do it live. And yes, that was the very first episode of Let's Talk FM, Secrets of Success, the USA edition. And stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go USA.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.